guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss about functions in Python, and functions in Python are just a collection of code. So functions here, collections of code. So I'm using an hashtag sign here now to comment out this function. So this is not a piece of code right here. This is a comment. So in Python, you use the hashtag to comment out lines. So we are going to discuss about functions, and then after discussing the functions, we are going now to calculate the BMI of people using these functions. So next, I'm going now to define our function using the word def, then followed by our function word that is world. Then I'm going to use the parentheses, then the colon. After now printing out, after defining our function, next I'm going now to write out the codes, because I've stated right here that functions are collections of code. So we are going to write here the different codes. So let me start with a single code, that is print hello world. So if you run out this statement, then on your terminal window you cannot see the output because you haven't called out this function. So for a function to be printed out, it must be called. So for you to call it out, you need now to write a function name, that is a world. So sorry for the spelling, that is world. Then after writing out your function name, then you need to put now the parentheses. So if you run it out, then you can see on your terminal window that we have here hello world being printed out. So also these functions can be used as a mapping. So let me delete this. So function also can be used as mapping. So functions can be used as mapping. So I'm going now to map our functions using now a variable x. So let us define a function. So def, then I'm going to define also world, then in parentheses I'm going to map it on x, then followed by colon. So after, when we call out our function, we need to return the value, let's say 4 then power x. So as you can see, we have it 4 power x. So for us now to for us now to print out the output, we need now to call our function. So I'm going to say, let's say results is equals to return, that is now world. Then our variable x, I'm going to give it a function, or I'm going to give it world. I'm going to give x a value, let's say squared, so that you can have a 16. So when we print out our result, then we are going to get 16. So let me run this and see. So as you can see on your terminal window down here, we have 16 as our results. So you can also change this up to 4 or 5. Then if you run it, then that is 4 power 5. As you can see, we have right here 1024. So this is how functions can be used to map elements. So next, I'm going now to calculate our BMI. So even right here, we can map different elements. Let's say more than two variable, that is, let's say give it x and y. So right here you can also add plus y. Let's say return x plus y. So then right here we are going to give 5 comma 10, so for us to have 15. So as you can see on your terminal window, we have 15. So this is just a simple example. So let us now calculate the BMI of different peoples. So let's say if we have name 1, and I'm going to give it as Ellen. Then I'm going to give height also. I'm going to give it as 1.5, and I'm going to give also a weight one of let's say 70 kgs. So this height in meters and weight in kgs. So next I'm going to give an M2, that is Kevin, and I'm also going to give height 2, that is I'm going to give a 2, and I'm going to give a weight 2, and I'm going to give it as 80. And next I'm going to give the third name, that is name 3, is equals to, let's say, Aaron. Then I3 also I'm going to give as 1.8, and finally I'm going to give with 3 is 76. So we need now to define our function. So as usual, we need to define our function, and I'm going to define BMI underscore c, that to mean calculator. Then I'm going to give a right here n. So as you can see here, we have our name, n for m, then h for height, and w for weight. So I'm going to give n for name, then I'm going to give h for height, then w for weight. Then after defining our function, I want now to calculate the BMI. So our BMI is equals to w, that is our weight. Then after weight, we are going to divide it by height squared. So I'm going to divide it by h, then use the double stars to raise your function. So that is how we calculate our BMI. So then next I'm going now to print out our function, that is BMI. I'm going to print out BMI. Then after printing out BMI, I'm going now to print our value, that is these are now BMI, the value of our calculated BMI, that is BMI. Then after here, I'm going now to, so then after calculating our BMI, we want to check if this person is overweight or not overweight. So if our calculated BMI is now less than 25, then I'm going now to return. We're going to return n, that is our name, the name of our person. Then we are going to add now this string, and this person is not overweight. And if else, that is if our BMI is greater than now 25, then you are going to return the name of our person and the string suggesting that this person is overweight. Then so after now calculating this and then printing, so we need now to print out the results. So we are going to say results1 is equals to, we are going to call out our function name, that is BMIC. Then you are going to map it to our now the name, that is the first person. I'm going to map it the first person with the name 1, h1, and weight 1. Then next I'm also going to give the result 2 for the second person, that is BMI C. Then I'm going to map it to name 2, then height 2, and finally W2. Then the third person, that is 3, that is result 3. I'm going to map it to BMI of our third person, that is N3, then H3 and W3. So after that is supposed to be a comma, W3. So after now mapping out these results, we need now to print out these results. So we are going to print R1, then we print out also R2, and also we are going to print out R4, R3. So let us run it. So on your terminal window, as you can see, we have the BMI of the first person as 31, then the BMI of the second person as 20, then the BMI of the third person as 23. So as you can see, we have here Alan is overweight, Kevin is not overweight, and also Aaron is not overweight. So this is it for today. Also, you can also change this. Instead of you giving just the names right here, you can also use the input function, so that you can be typing out the name of that person, then the weight and also the height, so for you to for it to be easier. So that is it for today. So on my next video, I'm going to show you how to use the dictionaries in Python, and I guess some other libraries in Python. So kindly subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will appreciate